So this video is going to be about Vandal Root, which is also known as Valerian to most people, and All Heal or Heal All. Self-Heal is an herb that is also known as All Heal, but so don't get them confused if you're looking it up that way. Um, I've used Vandal Root or Valerian in a lot of different spells over the years, or in different foul-smelling incenses, like graveyard dirt. If you make the herbal form of it, which is not traditional or anything, but I've done it before. Vandal root is one of the main ingredients, and it smells awful. But it makes me feel like it's working. Like a lot of people, they want to go for something that smells like pretty and happy, and I'm like, if I want somebody to stay the hell away from me, getting a foul-smelling plant is probably a good idea. It kind of like reinforces the idea. Every time you smell it, you're kind of like, oh God. You know, it makes you want to get away from it. So like, I feel like that kind of like its physical thing kind of moves over into its spiritual kind of form as well. So it's not pretty. I'm looking at it right now. I'll show you in a second. It's not a pretty ground up or root or herb. It doesn't smell good. I mean, it doesn't really have a lot of appeal just looking at it and smelling it. So I feel like it's unappealing to the senses and kind of wants to drive you away. So spiritually speaking, and its magical energy, whatever, would be the same in my opinion. I had to put it in this bottle, and I'm usually keep them in bags or whatever because I tend to go through herbs really quickly. And if I have a whole bunch of it, then I'll put it in a bottle. This one I want to like cover in sealing wax and like cover that cork because I feel like the scent is still pulling out of that cork. But there's no point right now because I'm using it in some other things as well as I'm blending things, getting things ready for San Diego Pagan Pride. So that I'll be vending it again finally. I'm excited. I've only vended once before, and I put too much money into it, and yeah, I'll do another video on that later. But anyway, so Vandal Root. I tend to go off topic. Um, so you can look up, like, I know Valerian people use it to help them sleep and calm down and whatnot. But if we're talking about it just magically speaking, and I'm looking at it from a hoodoo's perspective, you can use it for a variety of purposes that tend to be more like warding away things. You can also use it to uncross something. You can use it to ward away unwanted visitors and enemies, and you know, basically, I feel like it's a protective herb. If you keep it on you, I feel like it's kind of vibrating out protective energies and making things that would want to harm you or cause you trouble to kind of go away. You know, it's one of the good one of the good herbs using for that. I know some other ones would be like devil shoestring. There's some purposes of that as well that are connected to it, and some people use this in different mojo bags. For protective purposes. The problem with it though is that it smells. When I purchased it the other day along with some other herbs to make some things, my whole purse smelled terrible. I went to a Starbucks social for a pagan group here afterwards, and I was like trying to push my purse underneath the table. I was like, it's not me, I promise. I'm like, I bathed today, you know? But then carrying it around, I was afraid people like could smell it off me because I could smell it. Even on the ground, I could smell it, and I'd put it up to people. I was like, smell this. I'm like, oh God, what is that? I'm like, Vandal Root, Valerian. So, yeah. So it's good if you're looking for something with a good, strong spiritual kick to it. It's bad if you have sensitive senses and you don't want people to walk in your room and think that a dog crapped all over it. My mom came in my room when I bought it, and she's like, oh God, is there dog poop in here? Oh God, what is that? And I'm like, no, it's Vandal Root. So, I'm hiding it in the storage area in my bathroom. My bathroom's humongous. There's this huge storage area on the side because it was like an add-on kind of thing, this part of my room. Well, you can't see, I'm like pointing to it. So there's a bunch of storage shelves and everything that I put sometimes different things in there that I don't want sunlight to hit or anything. But yeah. So, oh, I was just saying. So we went over, it's good for uncrossing, it's good for keeping away enemies, it's good for keeping harm away from you, it's good for protection, but you can also use it to jinx people. So if somebody's bothering you, as well as warding it away from people, it's kind of like, you can more envision it as a herb to douse them in smell, make them foul themselves in a way, as a sort of hex, or jinx. And I'm sure there's more properties than that, but that's basically like the basics of them going over it, considering it with Vandal Root. Yeah. It's really late. I'm waiting for to get later in the evening because I'm signing up for classes. So I thought I'd make some videos, but my mind's kind of like, go to sleep. And I'm trying to fight back and say, no, I have to sign up for classes before they're gone. So sorry for the rambling. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. You got some basic information on Vandal Root and its uses. And if you're considering getting it, you've been pre-warned over the smell. I've shipped it to people before, and I'm worried that, I used to be worried that they would want to open their boxes because of the scent, thinking that I probably like put animal feces in there or something. That's how terrible it smells. So be warned, and be cautious with it. But if you need it, you need it. So thank you for watching.